In this lesson, let's learn the classification of black tea. Black tea is categorized into Kung Fu black tea, Sochong black tea, and scattered black tea. Due to different production methods and different qualities and requirements formed, the focus of the evaluation is also different. Next, let's introduce the special qualities of three types of black tea. 1. The special qualities of Kung Fu black tea. Representative Kung Fu black teas include Ki Mun Kung Fu and Yunnan Black Kung Fu. Ki Mun Kung Fu, Chi Hong Kung Fu is characterized by its tight and thin appearance. With good leaf edges and a dark oily smooth color, its internal aroma is rich with a sweet aroma, a mellow and refreshing taste, red and shiny soup, and red, smooth and soft leaf bottoms. When reviewing the raw tea and refined tea of Ki Mun Kung Fu, based on the same standards for all levels, focus on the tenderness and tightness of the strip, loose and light body and bones, dark gray color, light soup color, rough aroma, a light bitter taste, and dark green leaf bottoms are the characteristics of low-quality products. With Ki Mun Kung Fu produced in different seasons, spring tea is rather tender, dark and oily smooth, with a soft aroma and good quality. Summer and autumn tea soup and leaf bottoms are rather bright and red, but the freshness and richness of their aroma are not as good as spring tea, and their overall quality is worse than that of spring tea. Ki Mun Kung Fu is divided into 1 to 7 levels. During the initial process, withering and rolling are rather intense. All levels of finished tea have a tight appearance. Among them, the first to third class tea seedlings have better leaf edges. The fourth to fifth class teas are also relatively compact, and the sixth to seventh class teas are relatively short and bare. The tenderness and firmness of all levels of tea are better than those of the same level of roasted raw green tea. Ki Mun Kung Fu is the best product among Chinese small leaf Kung Fu black tea. In tea trade, the evaluation of both raw and refined tea requires grading and pricing against standard samples. Yunnan Black Kung Fu. Yunnan Black Kung Fu is a black tea produced in Yunnan. Its special qualities include a plump appearance with golden hair revealed, a brown color, rich internal aroma, a strong and mellow taste, bright red soup, plump soft leaf bottoms, red, even and bright. Yunnan Black Kung Fu has a high polyphenol content with a strong taste and is durable to brewing. The evaluation of raw tea and refined tea is based on standard samples. Tenderness is the key. The objective standard for the intrinsic quality of Yunnan black tea. On the basis of its tenderness, pureness is also important for its refined tea. When its first and second class teas reveal bud edge, they should not contain tea stems or tea leaves. Ning Hong Kung Fu. Ning Hong Kung Fu is mainly produced in Xiushui County, Jiangxi Province, also in Wuning County and Tonggu County. The quality of Ning Hong Kung Fu is very similar to that of Ki Mun Kung Fu. Its refined tea is tight and clean, with slender sprout edges, a dark oily color, a sweet, strong and long-lasting internal aroma, a sweet and mellow taste, red and bright soup, red and bright leaf bottoms. Fu Hong Kung Fu. Fu Hong Kung Fu is mainly produced in Fuliang County and Jingdezhen City, Jiangxi Province, and produced in small quantities in Zhexian County. Its producing area borders that of Qihong, and its quality is close to that of Qihong. When being exported, Ninghong Kung Fu and Fuhong Kung Fu are collectively known as Qihong Kung Fu. Yihong Kung Fu. Yihong Kung Fu is mainly produced in Jinhao, Yichang City, Hubei Province. It has a dark, smooth color with a sweet, strong, and long-lasting aroma, a rich and mellow taste, red and bright soup, and red and bright leaf bottoms. Sichuan Black Kung Fu. Sichuan Black Kung Fu is mainly produced in Yibin City, Sichuan Province. Its production began in 1950 with a maximum production capacity of 3,500 tons. The produced black tea enters the international market every April. In 1979, the first batch of first-class Sichuan Black Kung Fu tea was produced, with a selling price of $7,320 per ton, which is several times higher than that of its domestic peers. The overall quality of Sichuan Black Kung Fu tea belongs to small and medium leaf species, with a relatively sturdy shape and a relatively thick and solid aroma. Fujian Black Kung Fu. Fujian Black Kung Fu is produced in Fujian Province. It can be categorized into Zhenghe Kung Fu, Bailin Kung Fu, and Tanyang Kung Fu. Due to the differences between the producing areas and tea plant varieties of different varieties, their quality varies significantly. First of all, let's talk about Zhenghe Kung Fu. It is mainly produced in Zhenghe County. Among all varieties, the quality of Zhenghe Big White Tea is good, with a plump and robust shape, thick hair, a dark brown color, and a rich aroma. Its small leaf variety has tightly knotted tea strips and a pure aroma. Bailin Kung Fu. It is mainly produced in Huding City. It belongs to small leaf Kung Fu black tea with a slender, curvy shape, black with a yellowish hue. Its internal aroma is pure, and its soup is light red. Tanyang Kung Fu. It is produced in Huan, Tuorong, Shouning, Xiapu, and other places, most of which have converted to producing baked green tea. Yuehong Kung Fu. Yuehong Kung Fu is mainly produced in counties, cities, such as Shaoxing and Zhuji in Zhejiang Province. It is a small leaf Kung Fu black tea with a thin, tight shape and a pure aroma. Next, I will share with you the quality characteristics of small leaf black tea. Small leaf black tea is a type of Kung Fu black tea, which can be categorized into Zhengshan small leaf and Waishan small leaf. Zhengshan small leaf is also known as Tongmu Guan small leaf and Qingchun small leaf. Waishan small leaf is also known as artificial small leaf or tobacco small leaf. Small leaf tea has a sturdy, tight shape and a heavy body, without hair, brownish red, with an internal aroma of pine smoke and dried longan. It tastes sweet and strong, with red soup and dark red leaf bottoms. The artificial small leaf has now ceased production. Zhengshan indicates that Zhengshan small leaf is truly produced in high mountain areas. Small leaf black tea is rather loose in shape, with a withered, dark appearance. It contains a smoky aroma of the incomplete combustion of pine branches, with a mellow taste and an aroma of dried longan. Its soup is reddish-brown. Its evaluation should focus on the purity and richness of pine smoke aroma. Those with a smell of firewood are of pure quality. Scattered black tea. Scattered black tea is known as black tea abroad. China started grading black tea in the 1970s and later renamed as scattered black tea, or black tea cut into strips. The current annually produced scattered black tea is categorized as CTCT and traditional tea. The qualities of scattered black tea include rich, strong, and fresh. Through the above introduction, we have learned that Chinese black tea can be divided into Kung Fu black tea, small leaf black tea, and scattered black tea, according to different processing methods, and also briefly describes the quality of some tea. Overall, black tea requires the quality characteristics of red soup and red leaves. Meanwhile, as it is a fully fermented tea, it has a good effect on protecting gastrointestinal function in the human body. And the class is finished. Goodbye, class!